Good morning, class. Welcome to day 2 of your 2-point perspective unit. Today, our learning goal is to recognize that details in a complex perspective drawing must also follow linear perspective guidelines. What that basically means is not only do the structures like the buildings or the shapes of objects need to follow linear perspective, but you also want to pay close attention to the small details inside those shapes. So even if you're adding doors and windows, you got to make sure if the door or window is on the side of the building, or depending on what side it's on, that it's angling towards the right vanishing point, just like the building itself. Same thing with even if you're doing interior shape, make sure that all angles, depending on what side they're on, go towards the vanishing point for the small details. So please make sure you're focusing on those details today as you finish your sketch. Your central question is, how do artists accurately depict their surroundings? The answer to that is that they basically add depth and space into their drawings to make the surrounding, the scene, as realistic as possible from a viewer's vantage point, from their perspective. They also will add details as objects are closer up towards the viewer and make less details to the objects further in the background to make them less detailed because they're further away and harder for the viewer to see. So basically the artist is trying to mirror or to mimic basically real space in their artwork, in a two-dimensional artwork, to make it look as real as possible to the viewer. So that's your central question, and your vocab today is horizon line. As always, please complete all your classwork during a regularly scheduled class period, if at home, if you can. If not, just please try to submit it by 3 o'clock to avoid any temporary zeros for any late or missing assignments. So your entrance ticket question for today, your first step, is to answer what is a horizon line, as discussed above, and then how can changing the placement of that line affect our understanding of space. So if I take that horizon line and I shift it up, or I shift it down, or I keep it eye level, how does that change my perspective as a viewer? And please remember, both answers can be found in the day 1 PowerPoint from yesterday. Please use those please use that as a resource to help find your answers. Once you've done your entrance ticket for an easy 2 points, then all you need to do is just continue working on your 2-point perspective sketch. The goal is to try to finish it today so you can start your final by tomorrow. To finish your sketch, just make sure that all of your angled lines converge to their respective vanishing point, and that using a ruler for every line. And again, as I mentioned above, for your learning goal, make sure you're also having the details, any doors, windows, or other features angling towards the vanishing points as well, to make sure that everything is an accurate perspective. Once you're done, just take a photograph, submit it to the Day 2 Student Progress. You can get 3 points for your work today. And then the materials list is at the bottom. If you absolutely think you're ready for the final, please first and foremost make sure you get my permission before you move on, to make sure you're heading in the right direction. But if you have gotten my permission, just make sure you use the smooth white paper I gave you yesterday so that you can basically start your final using the proper paper, since that's a much higher quality paper than your thin gray sketch paper. All right, please let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help all day. I look forward to seeing your artwork, and let me know if you need anything. All right, see you all in class.